I think that as a band, we've grown into just a bigger sound. I think for the most part, we wanted to do something that was just a little bit left field from what we did before. So I think the intent was to be able to play songs that work at festivals and big shows. I think we got pigeonholed quite a lot for being just an acoustic folky band, and we feel that we're more than that. So I think this album is just us kind of stepping out from that. I mean, we still have the acoustic thing, but for the most part, it's a little bigger, it's a little bit more epic, a little bit more dramatic. I think that the sound is definitely a natural progression, but it's also, something that definitely people, I don't think they're going to expect it, but we're happy about it.
I guess the sound's progressed a lot in the sense that it's a lot bigger and more full and more produced. So compared to the last album, it was a lot more folky and stripped down and acoustic. So with this one, there's a lot more sort of breakdowns and bigger piano sections and that kind of thing. So yeah, I think it's evolved quite a lot.
I definitely think the songs are stronger. I think the songs are quite different, still keeping a little bit of the old Wrestlerish flavour. There's a lot more production involved. We've gone all out with studio gear-wise. We've really done our best with this, and I think it's going to be very cool. We've got the best studio we can get, the best engineers, best producers, and I don't think we could ask for anything more. So for now, that's great.
It's been absolutely fantastic working with Daryl and Sarl's been. It's interesting because we did the first album by ourselves in Dave and Jacques studios, and doing it yourself is always, it's fun and you're in control and you know what you want. But this time around, it was nice having fresh ears and a fresh approach. And I mean, the gear that we've been using is completely unparalleled. We've used big desks and 29 mics just on the drum kit. So, being a band that's been growing since day one, hitting the ground running kind of thing, I think that being able to do this album in such a big studio and being able to do it with producers and engineers who know so much, it's just been absolutely fantastic.
Past projects I've worked on, obviously Dear Reader being seriously one of my favourite bands that I've worked on. And then obviously there's a couple others, Zebra and Giraffe. I've been really fortunate to work with those guys and being able to be really creative with them.
We've all been a lot more involved in this one than we have before. So we've been working together a lot. As I said, with our engineers and producers, they've been amazing, giving us great ideas, great input, and yeah, it's going to be good.
Working with the band Wrestlerish, I'm very excited. There's very few bands that really take me by surprise and go, wow, they've got something special, especially with South African bands. And Wrestlerish is definitely one of those bands. Right back from years ago when I was still with Dear Reader and Wrestlerish opened up for Dear Reader and stuff, I was like, this is a band I really want to work with. So after all these years, being able to actually do that is very exciting, enjoying it.
The sound direction of it, I think it's a lot more mature than the previous album. I think it's going to do quite well. It's a bit more, I wouldn't say ballsy almost, but it's a bit more, it's bigger. It's going to be nice.
For me personally, I think just, have a sound and know exactly what you want to do, because when we started recording, we initially did the whole album ourselves, the way we did the first album. So we recorded the entire album from pianos to drums to guitar to vocals to bass. Everything was done. So we came in with a finished product, and then being able to give that to Daryl and Sonal and go, how do we make this bigger? How do we make this better? How do we make this epic? I think that's been the highlight, being able to go, okay, we've got a sound and we know what we want to do, but help us make it better. It's always good having, an outside perspective. I think that's been the most important part of this album.
direction of the sound of the album is very exciting. I really like the up-tempo songs, a little bit more dramatic than I think the first album. We're still in production phase or recording phase, so I'm really excited to see how it all ends up, but from where we are right now, I'm very excited.
I think working in big studios with nice gear really will up the production of our album.
Drums have been fantastic, sounding great, using different snares on each track. You know, really using this room sound and getting the most out of it.
It's hectic to fit into your schedule, especially if you've got day jobs and families and girlfriends and all the rest, but I couldn't imagine any better way to experience my country, playing music, which is doing what I love in different towns, meeting new people. So it has its ups and downs, but at the end of the day it's all worth it because I'm doing what I love. So
it's awesome, it's a lot of fun. I get to hang out with 3 of my closest friends. Playing cool shows, playing everywhere around South Africa. It's definitely something I want to do for a long time.
It's been crazy, yeah. We've been to pretty much every town in South Africa, been welcomed by most of them. A lot of fast food restaurants, a lot of sleeping in little backpackers, playing in little Rasta villages, what have you, wherever they'll take us.
And life it's tiring. I think people see you on stage for an hour and they think that you get to go to a hotel room afterwards or you get to sit in a limousine full of groupies, and it's the complete polar opposite. I mean, we've slept on floors, we've had noodles for 5 days in a row. We've been to almost every town in the country, and I don't think I'd be doing anything else. It's completely liberating and it's very honest, because you get to spend hours on end in a van or in a car on a flight with your 3 best friends, and you get to experience what that town's about or what that place is about. The tours in between and the shows in between is what makes this band work. Tell us about the new album sound. Is it a big change from the first one?
yes.
What do you think of my nice hair here? Lovely. You want to get a close-up of that?
I was just saying how cool it would be if you filled that with water and put fish in there. Or a big shark or something. It would be cool, but it kind of not so cool at the same time. Well, I mean, it might affect the sound a bit, but it would make the studio that much cooler. I don't think it would affect the sound. Speak to Daryl, I think.